Is of course the Globe Conquerors Manila, the lower bracket match between IPT, Imperium Pro Team, and Archangel. This is Game 3 and we'll be your shoutcasters. I'm Atlas, with me is Chisto.
Yeah, and kakatapos lang natin dun sa Game 2 where it was ended in 23 minutes by Archangel. Such a dominant win for them, and it was a really nicely played game from them as far as pick and bans goes, execution in game as well. Just everything turned out in their favor, and now match point na sila. Isang game na lang, sasamahan na nila ang Barcy Esports sa Conquerors Manila National Qualifier.
And Imperium Pro Team right now, they have their backs to the corner. They have to give it their all, because here if they lose everything here. And really, they want to get into those national qualifiers. They want to be up there with Mineski, TNC, and Barcy. So here, they have to step it up. They have to fix all their mistakes, but that's so difficult. They've already had 2 games. Try and fix all their mistakes from the previous best of 3 all the way to Game 1 and Game 2. If they don't catch it now, it might slip away for the rest of the split.
Yeah, I think papasok na rin tayo para sa what could be the final pick and ban phase, though there are some adjustments being made, I think. So sorry for that delay, but yeah, gaya na sinabi natin earlier, this is match point for Archangel. This is the final chance for Imperium Pro Team to mount a comeback. Ngayon, looks like they are sticking to what they have been banning out throughout this pick and ban. Walang nagbabago sa ban sila, really.
Yeah, it seems like it's still going to be all junglers. They banned Skarner as Archangel banned Sinzao, but now IPT picks up the Graves instead of a lower tier jungler for this patch, while Archangel still going for that Rakan that they liked in Game 1.
Yeah, tingnan natin ano yung isasama ng Archangel sa Rakan na to. Finally, they're gonna pick up the Kaisa. We saw Zenshu play this champion against Barcy Esports yesterday, and he did play it fairly well. Ngayon, anong maging response ng IPT? They're gonna settle for the Ezreal, so top tier AD carry style for
definitely.
this game.
And it seems like they're just picking a lot of these powerful picks here. IPT going for the Zoe now. Seems like they're just switching up their picks from the previous game. Archangel, how will they respond to this?
Kasi natin anong kukunin nila. So far, wala pang nilaki na frontline.
Yeah, this could be the mid laner, just not to give so much information to IPT here. And they do have an option to get a pick.
Okay, so naglaki ng Yasuo itong Archangel, and I'm expecting them to pair this champion with a bunch more knockups. Tignan mo yung lineup ng IPT, wala pa silang nilock in the frontline tank.
Yeah.
Super squishy champions. Kapag may nahuli itong Archangel sa engage sila, wasak na wasak itong IPT.
Yeah, IPT really needs to get something beefy in the front line here. Archangel going for something juicy here. It is gonna be the Lee Sin. That is gonna be tough here if he gets some good ganks here.
Okay, kailangan nila ng at least a bit of a frontline dito to survive what Archangel can toss at them. Grom will be the lock in here for Shadow. Nila ka top lane. Okay, nice. Shen will give them a bunch of safety here if they do choose to go this route. It is locked in for the top lane. So yun nga, the first 3 picks were but of squishies. Now they have the front line. Ano ang dadali ng Archangel into that top lane?
This could go pretty well against the Shen here, but so far I'm liking IPT's draft better than the previous games, because here, since they know that Archangel wants to jump on them with the Yasuo, with the Kaisa and the Rakan, even the Lee Sin. The Wukong. So this is just full-on dive here for Archangel and IPT. They're banking everything on being able to repel that dive with the Braum and the Shen.
Alam mo, gusto ko kasi yes, nandun yung Braum and yung Shen, pero tignan mo yung backline access. Tignan mo yung backline access ng Wukong. Kaya niya mag-dash doon sa likod. Kaya siya sundan ng Rakan, because Rakan can dash the allies. Lee Sin could also dash the allies. So
Yasuo can just jump in there.
Kayang daanan ng Archangel yung frontline na ibabato sa kanila ng Imperium Pro Team for this game. Actually, everyone can follow up. Even Kaisa, when you look at it.
Just so straight up crash like a comet into IPT's backline and completely crush them. IPT, man, Shadow's going to have his work cut out for him in this game. He's going to go full peel duty here for Marky and Light. It's going to be very difficult to deal with this. IPT, they need to step it up. This could potentially be the last game of this series, and they really need to be able to play against this super heavy team Archangel's picked up.
Yeah, pero looking back, the comp that IPT is bringing into this next match is very, very similar to what Archangel won with 23 minutes. And now, looking at it, they do have options for protection, but still the threat of that backline dive coming from Archangel is massive. Sobrang ganda ng engage na ibabato ng Archangel. Kung kayo yung Imperium Pro Team, palagi yung iisipin yung engage na yan.
Yeah, but if IPT dodges the bullet here, they could go big here as we get into Game 3. What could potentially be the IPT's last chance to get back in this best of 5. IPT versus Archangel. It's going to be quite a match here. So much pressure on IPT here. They need to step it up.
Yeah, makikita natin kung kaya nga ng Archangel na tapusin na yung series dito. Ayaw na nilang patagalin ito. Alam nilang hawak nila yung momentum.
Yeah.
Lahat ng pressure dito nasa IPT.
Seems like that is going to be very tough. Seems like Shadow is playing with fire here, but it doesn't seem like Archangel is going for the same cheese that they were going for earlier, just guarding the entrances to their jungle.
Alam mo, Atlas, inaabangan ko talaga yung level 6 ng Archangel dito. Malaking power spike para sa buong team comp nila. Yung level 6 na yan.
I can imagine just diving someone. So much CC, so much burst damage coming from Archangel. They could just go straight up, kill someone, take the turret, and perhaps another objective.
Yung Yasuo palang panalo na sila. Yung pag-lock-in pala ng Yasuo, nanalo na sila sa akin.
That is quite a juicy, spicy pick indeed.
Juicy and spicy.
Yeah, dude, that's like
bakit
a great combination.
Bakit parang gutom ka na, Atlas? Yung way na nagsasalita ka, parang di ka pa kumain.
That is true. And I'm hungry. I'm hungry for a good game right here. IPT versus Archangel. A cornered animal is always going to be the most vicious. So here, IPT is going to have to give it their all.
Okay, so makikita natin whether or not mabubusog ka sa game na to.
Tignan lang natin.
Tignan na lang natin.
There are a few ways that IPT can deal with Archangel. If Archangel pulls the trigger and they don't, and IPT dodges the bullet, they can go for a really good extended fight here because, oh, Trevor and Life is still a little bit trade-off. But once again, if Archangel misses their shot, IPT can just mow them down because Archangel is not very beefy.
That's true, that's true. Hindi mo nga makukunat yung members ng Archangel, so it's heavily reliant on them finding that fight, finding that engage. Mukhang di sila natatakot. Lumaban dito ng level 1.
Just straight up, he knows he has a little bit of an advantage. Oh. Go straight for it, dealing lots of damage against MJ, but now that he's level 2, has to be a little bit more careful. Ivalis, he still needs to be very careful here.
Yeah, kailangan niya mag-ingat, especially since si Hate nandito sa top side ng map, whereas Rox is making his way there. Right now, clearing his own Raptors. And yeah, mukhang atrasan muna na to.
Should be able to just get that red buff here. Ivalis needs to be very cautious with how he does his combo, because if MJ is able to detect when he wants to go in, he could just potentially block all of his damage and then punish him with his own blades.
Yeah, yung level 6 talaga, pinaka-inaabangan ko dito para sa Archangel. Kasi doon natin makikita yung knockups, doon natin makikita yung Yasuo. Doon napakalupit ngayon. Oh, juke!
Yeah, Ivalis, because he already burns. Ooh, minions dealing so much damage. But yeah, because he already burned his protection there with his blade. It seems like Ivalis goes straight for combo. But of course, ranged minions deal so much damage at low levels. It's going to be very tough here for Ivalis to get something good. If Rox can gank him, he is around the top side. They could potentially go and make Ivalis too strong for MJ to handle.
Yeah, kailangan mag-ingat ni Ivalis when going for these trades. Especially kapag maraming minions si MJ. Kayang-kayang patayin yung Shen yan this early into the game.
The taunt is going to kill him if he's not careful. Rox is right around the corner. He wants to go for something against MJ. They have every capability to do this.
Mag-taunt ka MJ.
There's so much restraint coming from MJ here. Taunt? It seems like he just wants to go in. Ivalis takes a little bit of damage and visibility from Decoy, but it doesn't seem like he pulled the trigger there. Very fearful of those ranged minions, and Hate could potentially get a read on where he is.
Ayaw iba to ni MJ. Taunt niya ngayon maglalaban parehas ng jungler.
Rox is in a little bit of a disadvantage here, getting chased with a red buff. Hate actually misses his end of the line here, but he's still going for it. Both junglers burn their flashes.
Walang bawi. Walang bawi. Si Rox's Elise, he just forced to run away, respecting the damage that Hate can bring out. And that's why Graves, we keep saying this over and over. one of the strongest junglers on this current patch. I mean, walang nagawa si Roxo.
Yeah,
tumakbo lang siya.
Especially since Hate was able to get the smoke screen out. That means Rox missed so much information and subsequently damage in that little fight. It wasn't even a fight, he just ran away. So he has to be very careful in how he deals with that.
Yeah, gusto ko yun. Gusto ko pinapakita ni Hate yung dominance niya. After those first 2 games, not the best start para dito sa jungler ng IPT. Pero so far, bumabawi siya dito. But still, ang tanong, madadala ba niya yun para sa buong game 3 na to? Because this is the life on the line para sa IPT. Kailangan nila manalo dito or else panalo na sa BO5 itong Archangel.
Yeah, definitely on a razor's edge means that IPT really is pressured to go for much better play than earlier. It seems like it's doing very well for them. Light is constantly pushing Trevor into his turret with so much damage coming from him. The wind wall is not enough for Trevor to actually try and fight back. Rox really needs to get an early good gank here because if he doesn't, the usefulness of this Lee Sin plateaus much earlier.
Yeah, inaabangan talaga. Yung level 6 talaga eh. Yung level 6 na to si Trevor kaso the rest of his team, hindi pa sila umabot sa point na yun. Gusto kong makakita ang last breath dito.
Yeah, it's gonna be basically the crux of their engage because that puts Trevor in such a good position to deal his damage. Pero pag naging level 6 na sila and IPT matches their level, that's also one of the ways that IPT can deal with them. That's when the Stand United becomes available. That's when the Glacial Fissure from Shadow becomes available. So kailangan nila mag-ingat talaga.
Gusto ko na napatagalog ka, Atlas ha. Magandang sign yan. Moving forward sa game na to. Gusto ko yan. Pero yun nga, gaya na sinabi, tama din naman. Pagka nga nag-level 6 na itong IPT, Stand United is available. Added protection, especially laban sa mga all-in, di ba? One of the things that can annoy players the most is yung, oh, okay, mapapatay ko na, bakit may Shen?
Yeah.
Yung mga bagay na ganun ba? Ngayon si Trevor,
this goes
okay.
Straight for the Ignite. Cleanses it away. However, it's still getting pushed back really hard. Light still has a lot of priority in this lane.
Ay, gusto ko yung ginawa ni Trevor. He does have the cleanse and FYI lang sa summoners na nanonood, pwede mong i-cleanse yung Ignite. So, he doesn't even get a tick of the damage from that. I believe just one
very quick response here, but it's going to be an engage. Coming here for Coops. He wants to go on to Shadow, but Shadow does not get knocked up. He has a little bit of protection himself, though.
Yeah. Braum is pretty tanky at this point.
Man, that is so dangerous. However, he's dealing a lot of damage. MJ actually mitigates so much because of the Spirit's Refuge.
Yeah, pero kung isipin mo, the fact that Ivalice is constantly chipping down onto MJ, he does have the corrupting potion to keep himself topped off. Tignan mo, onti pa dito, mag-all in na to si Ivalice.
He has his whirlwind ready. He wants to go in, journey to the west style here. Seems like MJ needs a little bit of help here from Hate, if possible, because Ivalice is really pushing him in.
Yeah, dito na nga si Hate in the area. Is he spotted by a ward?
Yeah,
Yakita siya ng ward dito. Sinasayang lang ni Ivalice yung oras ni Hate dito eh. Parang, okay, huliin nyo ako, tapos... Oh.
Yeah.
Gre-recall muna si Hate.
Yeah, Ivalice is not going to get too cocky even with that information. So yeah, IPT. It seems like they're doing pretty okay, in preventing Archangel from getting that all in that they want. But look at that, still so much damage. Spirit's Refuge is going to defend him with a lot of damage.
Yeah, no trade-off right there. Yun lang yung gagawin na siya dito. He just has to try and hold down the Wukong. Tapos kapag may nakita siya nangyayari on the other side of the map, try niya tumulong with his Stand United, but still no fights happening. Unlike yung previous game na nakita natin, which is super fast-paced, this game is going quite the opposite direction. Medyo mabagal yung start nitong early game of Game 3.
I think it's because IPT has actually made adjustments in their draft. They aren't as haphazardly picking random lower-tier junglers when they do have the priority in picks. So now they actually have a composition that can survive Archangel's assault.
Yeah, no more of that Udyr. Wala na nung Skarner. They've picked up Graves.
And that's actually very solid. Shadow wants to go for something, but Rox and Trevor are in here. Let's go straight for the last breath onto Shadow. Stand United gets burned here, but it's still a 4v3. Light wants to get there. And looking at top lane, looks like Ivalice is using his opportunity to just push in the top side so heavily.
Yeah, yun nga, tignan mo, I want to see the health on that top side tower because Wukong takes down towers really quickly, especially with his Q being an auto attack reset. nag-all-in yung Archangel in the bot lane, pero yung Stand United, gaya na sinabi mo, pag nag-level 6, meron pa rin defensive options.
Might could be in trouble. Zoe has no escapes here. Trevor does not have last breath, but here comes the rest of the squad. First blood at 9 minutes goes to Zensho.
Ganun kalakas si Yasuo. Hindi niya kailangan yung ult niya para patayin yung Zoe niya. Yasuo siya eh. Wala siyang pake. So ayun nga, walang takas sila. It's still no flash after an earlier fight against Trevor. And nakita mo rin yung follow-up. Making use of the killer instinct from the Kaisa. Able to close the gap into and deal the damage he needs. First blood onto that Zoe.
Oh, Marky might be a little bit trouble here. Coach wants to go for the knockup, but he can just very safely go back to Zensho.
Kaya lang, kanina nasa mid lane tong dalawang to. Ang bilis nung pag-rotate nila down to the bot lane. Face check ka na naman!
Hate might be in a little bit of trouble, but he just quick draws out of the way.
Okay. So, mag-face check naman si Hate. Not the best thing that he's been doing throughout this best of fight.
He does have a little bit of safety with a quick draw, but it's still not something, not a habit that you want to form here. Ooh, Trevor with a wind wall, blocking off potentially huge damage onto Rocks.
Okay na, winindwall niya yung damage.
Seems like that is going to be the case here. Let's see how they play around this. This Ocean Break could be big for either of these teams. It's going to be quite useful. And a lot of pings around that river area.
You know, I feel like some things in this game, we just have to explain them in the simplest way possible. Kasi you can't go more in depth with the Yasuo.
They want to go in onto light. He has no escape here, even with his own escapes. Doesn't get enough. Shadow could potentially be in trouble. He gets knocked off, but
what?
Hate actually gets 2 kills from that as Archangel dives way too deep there.
Paano umabot si Zensho dun?
Probably Killer Instinct. Actually, no, he didn't use it there. Just probably just went in so hard. I believe still wants to go onto MJ here. He can get the jump. Yeah.
Go.
If MJ doesn't get the Spirit's Refuge, he can deal so much damage here. There we go. This is going to be a straight up kill onto Ivalice here. If he can use his flash, it seems like he's not. He actually goes for the dive there with a Nimbus Strike.
Really nice play there. An assassination onto the Shen. Sino ba talaga yung tunay na ninja? So sa kanilang dalawang,
oh man.
It's a waste.
That's a waste of a teleport. He didn't think that Ivalice would go straight for the turret there, and a thumbs up emote from Ivalice seals the deal.
Gusto ko yun. Gusto ko yung BM ni Ivalice. I like how tina-thumbs up. Okay, nice TP pare.
Got him.
Sayangin mo lang. I mean, in what world na hindi babasagin ni Ivalice yun?
Yeah.
Kong takes out towers really quickly with the bonus damage from his Q. Ngayon, Ocean Drake ang tinitignan ng Archangel.
They could go for it. Hate gonna tries to go in here, but it seems like Rock secures it. Hate waiting for his quick draw cooldown here, but he's taking so much damage. Look at that, just a sliver of health left.
Alam mo, gusto ko sundan siya ni Zensho dun eh. Kaso, mamamatay din si Zensho. Pero, gusto ko makita yung aggression nitong Archangel. Hate does burn his flash. I feel like hindi nila kailangan i-challenge yung Ocean Drake na yun eh.
Yeah, it would have been way too risky. Ocean Drake's value is good, but not enough that you could swing the game potentially in the enemy's favor. So IPT playing with fire.
Yeah. Or water in that case, Ocean Drake.
That's true. Let's see how they all play out here. It seems like IPT, even with these small microaggressions against Archangel, they're not going for full commitments.
Kaya ayaw nila mag-commit eh. Tulad ng mga ibang bagay. Huwag natin pag-usapan yun. Huwag tayo pumunta lang sa mga bagay na ayaw mag-commit.
SMH.
Share ko lang.
Ooh, MJ.
Ito, share ko lang. Namamatay si Ivalice sa top lane.
It seems like Ivalice, he has a lot of opportunity. The taunt has been burned here. Ivalice can try and go for a revenge here. With a whirlwind, outplays MJ. He taunts the whirlwind. Here, bot lane, Hate could be a little bit of trouble here. Rocks goes in, dealing lots of damage, but gets taken down himself. Krups goes for the knockup. Gets killed in return. Doesn't seem like Trevor wants to risk this. He has the wind wall, but what can he do to follow it up? He has the flash, goes straight for the Q, the Steel Tempest, and actually Marky missing shots backwards. Misses Trevor completely there. Seems like Archangel is satisfied with that trade.
Share mo lang no, nasatisfied sila sa trade there. Pero if you're going back, I think yung iniisip ni Marky doon, Trevor would have dashed through him. That's why he pointed it backwards. Kaso, I also think Trevor fumbled with his flash Q because he Q and then flashed. It actually missed onto Marky, so still a bit of a messy thing
or
there.
Maybe
pero
it was the double mind game.
I don't think ganun sila ka-in-depth na yun. Pero still,
300 IQ play.
that's a massive win
Yeah.
para sa Archangel kasi they got the ace. Now they're up 3 kills. They have control of this game. And they can still constantly find fights here.
Marky did get a triple kill from that. That does boost him quite a bit, at least 1,000 gold in his pocket. But Archangel still happy that Trevor got a few kills here and there.
Anong gagawin ng Ezreal kapag merong ang hinaharap ni Yasuo na 3-0-1 na?
Oh man.
It's Yasuo. It's Yasuo. Yasuo is the best champion in this game. There's no way na kaya sila ni Marky. Alam na lahat ng tao yan eh. Si Yasuo yung best champion in the game.
Siyempre.
Yung mga gumagamit ang hindi. Yun yung malala. Yung mga gumagamit ng Yasuo.
Got him. They're gonna attack you with their glorious Nippon steel folded 1,000 times. Is it gonna be enough though if Shadow goes in? Doesn't seem like they want to commit too hard.
Hindi siya makapasok. Sarado. Sarado yung daan.
Seems like that is gonna be the case here for one side. Let's see, Light could potentially be in trouble here as Cubs goes in straight. Stand United will actually be enough to save him as both bot laners of Archangel back off.
Yeah, pero that will chunk Light here. He's too low to defend this tower. Wala nang wave clear available.
Rift Herald is available for Archangel too. They can burn it here. They can go for a really hard push on this one, but it seems like they're gonna save it. It's just satisfied with this first tier mid lane turret.
Hindi rin nila pwedeng gamitin yung Rift Herald doon naka-Evalis.
Oh yeah, with Idolist.
Ito, lalabanan nila Yasuo!
Trevor!
Ano na?
Dito? You're gonna get stunned here by the concussive blows. Actually, very solid dive there by IPT. Meanwhile, Archangel, they're gonna try and pressure two sides of the map here, mid lane and top side. They're actually taking this quite quickly. Ivalice wants to go for that turret. He can potentially go for that with his Q. Just go straight for it, dodge it with his decoy. Seems like mid lane was a successful defense by Light, but that's so much damage on that turret.
Yeah, unti-unti na nauubusan ng towers dito yung IPE. They will trade one back, but still, that's a win in terms of global gold trade para dito sa Archangel.
And then it's just a little bit more on that mid lane turret, and they can reap the benefits of that turret gold. And Archangel, they have a lot. Yeah, they have a lot more freedom to control this map here with almost all of these turrets taken down. Actually, top side and mid side, they can take these turrets down and just have the vision control, have that information network around the jungle of IPT.
Yeah, kung titignan mo andun nga yung safety galing kay Shadow tsaka kay MJ for that front line. But MJ isn't building the normal tank route on Shen. He's actually rushing the Titanic Hydra for more dueling potential.
He's gonna try and Rocks could potentially be in danger, but Coops zoning him out. Ivalice wants to go in with his high burst spells here, but it doesn't seem like he can go in. However, Zensho needs to be a little bit more careful. Ivalice is going to go to his rescue, however. Could jump in with a killer instinct, but doesn't need to as Ivalice takes away the kill. Yeah, man, Zensho baited him hard there. The thing is, the rest of Archangel can respond to threats so quickly.
Oh no.
Oh man, Light could be knocked up. Just for the last breath here with Trevor. He wants to go for it, but unfortunately, that Glacial Fissure is going to stop all attempts at that.
Yeah, gusto ko rin yung wind wall placement ni Trevor. He knew that Shadow would instantly go for the Glacial Fissure once he did get ulted by the Yasuo. The wind wall placement mitigated a lot of the damage that both Marky and Light can put out. And Mountain Drake will be the next objective under fire here by Archangel. Easy pickup.
Seems like they do get an objective there, as well as defending topside from the push from MJ. Seems like Archangel has their lanes in a pretty good spot right now.
Yan, tignan mo yung binili dito ni Zensho. The Nashor's Tooth on the Kai'Sa. Another AP Kai'Sa build. Yung nakikita natin in this game. Gonna dish out a lot of damage. As for Marky, has completed his 2-item spike. Trinity Force and Muramana complete. Binubuo pa niya yung pangalawang tier item. Yung gonna go for the Archangel Staff.
Gonna try and build it up to just a lot of mana, a lot of damage, and a lot of survivability.
Okay, 1v1.
Who with the nearsightedness. Who jumps over the wall with a killer instinct. Does he have enough to survive? He does not, but Ivalice will avenge him.
Yeah, 4-0 Wukong picks up his 4th kill of the game. Already Duskblade and Ghostblade completed.
Full lethality is absolutely, well, lethal.
Ito yung masarap kapag Wukong kaya, yung lamang ka na nga tapos one-shot mo yung malalambot.
Yeah. Just straight up murder.
Let's not go that deep, Atlas. Let's not go that deep. Maybe just picking up kills for the side of his team.
Let's see how Archangel plays around this. They have a lot of vision around this area. Can try and go for something against Marty. To set up the waves topside, control the neutral objectives here in the jungle.
Yung one thing na hindi pa nagawa ng IPT, ay ng Archangel dito, sorry, is actually catch Marky on this Ezreal. So far, Marky has done a good job of avoiding the engage. Karamihan na nahuhuli on the side of IPT.
Oh, Shadow.
Is Shadow, and right now, he's under fire.
Yeah, he's gonna get taken down here if the rest of the team... Oh, 3-man whirlwind into the last breath coming from Ivalice and Trevor. Take down the backline of IPT, and Archangel wipes them out except for MJ.
Yeah, after that play, a massive fight by Archangel. Nangangamoy 3-0 na to Atlas. Ngayon Baron yung titignan ng Archangel.
Days, what a huge swing in Archangel's favor. Ano yun? They just left themselves open to Ivalice, knocking them up, and Trevor gets such a huge ult from it, and they get the Baron. Just cherry on top here.
Nangangamoy 3-0. Itong best of 5 na to Atlas. Nakita mo kung gaano ka-hype yung mangyayari. Basta nakita mo yung knock-up ni Ivalice. Itong mga bagay kung bakit tayo nag-e-enjoy manood ng League of Legends.
First replay of the day, actually.
Tignan mo yung 3-man knock-up sa backline. Wasak sila sa Yasuo. At at that point, anong gagawin ng Stand United kung sobrang laki ng damage? Walang nagawa si MJ dito. Pinatagal lang niya yung buhay ng mga kampi niya.
Very sneaky, too, because Ivalice is so fast. He can go for the decoy and have so much uptime on that invisibility where he can go near to the backline, and he played that perfectly.
Alam mo, kung nanonood si Vulcan ngayon, siya talaga yung mag-e-enjoy eh. Siya yung mahilig mang-unggoy sa atin eh. Siya yung mahilig mag-wukong. So shoutouts kay Vulcan, yung co-caster namin.
The resident primate.
Siya yung pinaka-unggoy sa amin dito.
I mean, I want to say you're being mean, but it's true.
No, he waits Wukong.
It's true.
It's true.
Let's see how Archangel plays this. They have such a huge advantage here. They have Baron buff. They have so much gold on their carries. They can go for a lot of these fights because they can follow up to so much of this initiation that they have.
Gusto ko makakita ng isa pang knock-up. Isa pa. Do it again, do it again.
This is a feel-good moment here for Archangel. As for IPT, they have to be more careful because Ivalice, he can strike from anywhere at a moment's notice if they're not careful.
Yeah, definitely. But now, mukhang gagawin na Archangel standard thing here. Gonna try and split up IPT, going for more map pressure. Walang sagot yung IPT dito.
Yeah, and it's way too dangerous to send anyone against Ivalice if he starts pushing in this mid lane because really, it seems like he just has so much damage. It seems like Ivalice is just waiting around the wings.
Pero si Ivalice,
Cook's gonna go in for the last bit as well. Trevor gets the kill, and he goes in with the ultimate. Zensho as well goes in with a killer instinct to try and get a lot more damage here. Marky is alone in his base. It seems like MJ's still trying to get out. Marky gets bursted down so hard by Trevor and Ivalice, and this might actually spell game. 20 seconds on the death timers for Light and Hate. Marky still half a minute in and gonna try and force this without little minion wave that they have. This is smelling like a 3-0. Definitely. Light and Hate still too late to the party, and this Nexus already goes down in Archangel. They take down IPT 3-0 and move on to the national qualifiers, joining Mineski, TNC, and Barcy.
Yeah, the first game, very back and forth. The next game, 23 minutes. The third game, which sealed the deal, another 23-minute game. Nung nakuha na ng Archangel, nung nakapag-warm up na sila, they just ran away with the game. Running with the third game, so with the Yasuo and Wukong, just a few team fights really crushed IPT's hopes of ever coming back.
Because in that kind of composition, you only need a few team fights until you reach the point where you have critical mass in terms of damage. And IPT, they had a decent composition in trying to deal with that. But since they locked in too many squishies early, they weren't able to just adapt to just sheer damage potential that Archangel was able to put out, and they weren't careful. They got caught out by the fights by Ivalice, and they just got wrecked by Trevor.
Yeah, I think ay highlight mo talaga doon. The third game specifically, Ivalice on that Wukong, and yung effect lang na yun, aside from the third game, Ivalice drew so many bans away from IPT. Really targeting his pool, pero he still had that pocket pick Wukong, and nakita mo naman yung kaya niyang gawin on that champion, winning some team fights, getting solo kills here, and even outplays onto MJ. So just a great game from everyone on Archangel.
Man, that was quite an exciting game there. Ivalice riding the clouds, journey to the national qualifiers with his team on the back of Sun Wukong, as well as Trevor's Yasuo. Of course, that was so well played by Archangel. Congratulations to them. Well played as well by IPT. Unfortunately, not enough for this match. Man, this is going to be very exciting in the following weeks that we have for the Conquerors. But of course, that's all we have for today, actually. I'm Atlas. With me was Chisto, and we'll be seeing you with more esports action.
And right now, he's under fire.
Yeah, he's going to get taken down here if the rest of the team... Oh, three-man whirlwind into the last breath coming from Ivalice and Trevor. Take down the backline of IPT, and Archangel wipes them out except for MJ.
Yeah, after that,
Ivalice is just waiting around the wings.
Oh!
Cook's going to go in for the last breath as well. Trevor gets the kill, and he goes in with the ultimate. Zencho as well goes in with a killer instinct to try and get a lot more damage here. Marky is alone in his base. It seems like MJ's still trying to get out. Marky gets bursted down so hard by Trevor and Ivalice, and this might actually spell game. 20 seconds on the death timers for Light and Hate. Marky still half a minute in. They're going to try and force this without little minion wave that they have. This is smelling like a 3-0. Definitely. Light and Hate still too late to the party, and this Nexus already goes down, and Archangel, they take down IPT 3-0 and move on to the national qualifiers, joining